Come with me as I go to the Omni Hotel for the weekend in Nashville, where I'm set up for a 2-day conference of Face, Mind, and Body. I am Director of Operations of Primary Care. However, we're adding a new spa soon. Enjoyed myself eating, got to see my movie.
Go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite.
A community heartbroken after a on Saturday night. Family and friends say the woman killed in the shooting is Dr. Shandrika Hayslett. They were celebrating her cousin who was headed off to college on Saturday night when a fight at the party led to a mass shooting, police say.
I'm recording this time, baby. Oh, y'all bushing. Ooh, y'all bushing. Oh, God. Hey, bro, come here, bro. Hell no. No, hell no. Hey, your mama right there, cuz. Get your mama. Get your mama. Hey, no, stop. Stop. Stop, bro. All right, look. Oh!
What was supposed to be a night of fun for a young man who graduated high school early and was heading off to college turned into complete chaos after someone decided to bring a gun to a trunk party. This young man's special moment and trunk party was supposed to be a celebratory event with family and friends gathering to shower him with the things that he needed when he went away to college. The young man, who was set to attend Tennessee State University, decided to follow in the footsteps of one of his older cousins who just recently became a doctor.
Now presenting the doctoral degree programs.
Doctoral candidate Shandrika Hayslett.
Dr. Shandrika Hayslett was definitely excited to celebrate this special moment, especially because she was a first-generation college graduate. Unfortunately, the good times were cut short after an altercation would take place between some females, and then a short time later, guns were pulled out and multiple people would get shot, and sadly, Dr. Shandrika lost her life.
A strong message from Memphis Police Chief C.J. Davis.
To those responsible, I want to be perfectly clear. We will find you. Yes. And we will hold you accountable.
Just a few hours after making this announcement Monday morning, MPD announced 2 people were in custody, tied to a shooting that has shaken the Douglas neighborhood of North Memphis. That shooting happened Saturday night at a party celebrating a recent high school graduate going off to college. This was off Brookins Street. The shooting injured 4 people and claimed the life of 34-year-old Dr. Shandrika Hayslett, described as a bright star, someone people looked up to, dedicated to serving her community.
She was there with so many of us that grew up in Douglas understand, showing up for the young people and celebrating a positive moment in our community, Douglas community.
What happened in this neighborhood Saturday night is unacceptable.
Now, one of the men who was accused of shooting Drika, as she was affectionately called, had a rap sheet at least going back a decade. At only 25 years old, Damian Thomas has at least 2 major cases in the past 10 years. Damian, alongside Nascale Wilson and another who has not been identified, were said to be the alleged shooters the night Drika lost her life. Now, before I go into more of Damian's past and his terror that he caused in Memphis, I want to speak about the beautiful person that Dr. Shandrika was. Graduating with the class of 2009 from Tresvant High School in Memphis, Tennessee, she wanted to be a healthcare CEO, and she was sticking her foot in every opportunity to make sure she didn't leave one stone unturned to complete her goals in life. She would go on to Tennessee State University and graduated on May 7, 2016 with a Bachelor's of Science in Health Science with a concentration in public health and a minor in dance. From there, she would go to Strayers University, where she graduated October 13, 2018 with a Master's in Healthcare Administration. Right before graduation, she would write, "On the road to my master's, it was nothing but God who got me through. There was trials and tests, but lessons and blessings. Why is this? Because our lives are predestined, and this day was made before I was. If I stressed, I would have made it worse. So I trusted, and here I am today. 2 surgeries and blood clots in my lungs this time last year, and as healthy as ever and waiting on my moment. This is my testimony. Make sure you share yours. My advice is to step out on faith, give it to God, walk in your purpose, and watch how He carries you through." After receiving her master's, she would start her career at the Memphis VA Medical Center in that same month. During her time in school, Drika had a great support system in her parents and family, and also with the love of her life, whom she started dating in 2012. Her man would propose to her at the beginning of 2019 after 6.5 years of dating, and later on in the year, the two would purchase a beautiful new home together. Drika would write, "Okay, God, you've done it again this year, and it's been one for the books. Literally starting this time last year, getting my master's, my dream car, my dream dog, my dream man proposing. You've shown yourself. This comes with trusting your word, moving on your word, tithing, churching, praying, and giving. Josh has always not only told me, but you have shown me he was going to take care of me and give me everything I wanted. You did your good work with this man, motivating, uplifting, and encouraging one another. And in your timing, we are rewarded. Stink, guess what? We are homeowners. My mini mansion. I love it. Only 408 days till you officially are my husband. I cannot hardly wait. Thank you, Lord." There were so many things in her life that she was grateful for, and she never took anything for granted. As she was in the process of planning her wedding, COVID-19 would hit, and it would delay the plan she had to have a big celebration. So on July 4th, 2020, her and her now husband would tie the knot in a private ceremony in the backyard of their home. Everything was very intimate and special, and everyone wore all white and just had a good time. Drika would take to social media and write, "Husband Joseph and I are truly thankful for everyone for all the calls and texts, the gifts, the cash apps, the prayers, and everyone who came to celebrate our mini Moni due to COVID-19. We are both back at work being essential workers. We are grateful. We are blessed. We thank God and we thank you. Stay tuned for Hazlett's Take Two when we are all in a safe time and place." Over the next few years after her wedding, she continued to enjoy life and make strides to reach her goal of becoming a healthcare CEO. To help her continue to advance her career and reach her goals, she decided to enroll at South College with hopes of obtaining her doctoral degree. Sadly, in the midst of her devoting herself to her next level of education, she unfortunately lost her father on July 20th, 2024. She would take to social media and write, "Daddy, I wasn't ready, but God called your number. He is strategic. We spent more time than normal recently. My feelings are hurt, but I'm grateful for the years, the time, the talks, the prayers, and our bond. I love you." This was definitely a heavy weight to carry while she was trying to get through school, but she stayed focused and kept her eyes on the prize. Her determination, hard work, and dedication would pay off, and on June 12, 2026, she would graduate from South College with her doctorate in business administration. This is one of the moments that she always hoped for and dreamed of, and to see it become reality was definitely overwhelming. On May 23rd, she wrote, "New chapter unloading. Shandrika Hayslett signing out, Dr. Hayslett signing in. Hashtag God's plan." So for her life to be taken less than 3 months after this phenomenal achievement definitely has destroyed many people's lives, especially her loved ones, family, friends, co-workers, and so many more.
Yeah, Joyce, I'm live right outside of Regional 1 right now where there's at least one person that we know is still receiving treatment after that shooting Saturday night. Now, today was more about supporting and honoring the legacy of one person who died and helping their family.
We need your help. We need your response. She was a beautiful young lady.
Dr. Shandrika Hayslett had her whole future ahead of her. In this video, you can see a huddle of people fighting on Brookings Street Saturday night, then running for cover as shots were fired. Hayslett, who had just graduated with her doctorate degree in May, was killed. 4 others were hurt, which is why family, community leaders, and MPD came together as the Douglas community focuses on how to process this tragedy.
But unfortunately, bad actors obviously had something in their mind, and they ended up, how can I say this, planning. We know for a fact that it was planned because there was somebody in the group that they were beefing with.
One loved one wrote, "Y'all unalived our family doctor, Dr. Shandrika Houston Hayslett. I was on the ground right beside you, cuzzy. This is a different kind of hurt. My cousin was screaming, 'Get up, Shandrika. Get up, Shandrika. This is one hell of a tragedy.'" Now the mother who was hosting the get-together for her son, who was going to be attending TSU, following in the footsteps of his bigger cousin Shandrika, she would write, "It's been so hard trying to accept the fact that my favorite cousin is really gone. I literally can't believe my cousin is a victim of a murder in our neighborhood, supporting my son, who was heading off to college and attending TSU, where my cousin, Dr. Shandrika Hayslett, attended. TSU is her alma mater, and I can't believe this is how my beautiful cousin's life has ended, just a few months after finishing school to get her doctorate degree. I cannot get my cousin out of my head from that night, and it's causing me to be an emotional wreck. I'm in a sad place, and I don't know how I'm going to get over this feeling. It keeps replaying over and over and hurts so bad to the core, a heartbreak I have never felt or seen coming. I feel so bad this happened to you, especially when you were just showing love and supporting my son." Now, the tragic night this all took place, multiple loved ones were live streaming because they were having a good time and just celebrating. But in the midst of it, they also would catch some of the altercation that took place between some females. This same altercation was said to have been broken up, but then a short time later, all hell would break loose.
Kashana Murray was streaming live on Facebook when she says the second of 2 fights broke out on the street.
Fine, y'all. They're fine, y'all.
People are seen running in different directions. Murray says her group tried to run toward a house. You can hear the panic in her voice.
No, stop, stop!
Before 20 to 25 shots rang out. Dr. Shandrika Hayslett was killed in the shooting and 4 others wounded, including Murray, who was shot in the thigh and foot.
They just stitched me up and told me to take ibuprofen and Tylenol. I have to go back to the ER tomorrow.
Another victim is still in the hospital with a bullet stuck in his neck.
There is a woman there in green shorts, and she is the person that Shandrika was trying to calm down before things went left. Drika was kind of standing in front of her, and the lady in the green shorts was being leaned against a white car right before the shots were fired. That particular loved one also spoke out on social media saying, "This beautiful angel saved my life. She was directly in front of me trying to calm me down." Her and the girl from the video. If you've seen the video, I was in the green shorts. She was face to face with me, telling me to calm down, cousin. She was shot right by me. I'll never be the same. Y'all F me up. Why would y'all shoot into a crowd of women? Was it that bad? You had to unalive and shoot innocent people? That same loved one will also write in a post right after that one, "Soon as I seen them putting up yellow tape while pumping on my cousin's chest, I screamed so loud. I told them no, don't put that up. Please don't. I begged them to stop. I snatched it down twice, and I knew when the police was just letting me do it, they felt sorry for me. I knew deep down that my cousin was gone. Cousin, I cut up so bad, I lay beside you until police literally dragged me away."
The truth is that we will seek justice for Dr. Shandrika Hayslett. The truth is that we will not retaliate. The truth is that we will forgive those who have done evil against us.
A passionate pledge from the Douglas community after a mass shooting that left 1 woman dead, 4 people injured. Fox 13 first told you about the victim, Dr. Shandrika Hayslett, who recently earned her doctorate. She was an innocent bystander when a fight at a party led to gunfire.
Today, Memphis police announced warrants for 2 of the 3 suspected shooters. Multiple sources confirmed to Fox 13 the 2 arrested are Damian Thomas and Naskiel Wilson. Records show warrants were issued for both of them on Sunday night on multiple charges, including first-degree murder.
Shandrika's reach was far and long, and all across social media, so many people have been expressing how this has destroyed their lives. One loved one wrote, "I really hate that my little cousin's trunk party turned into a tragedy. It's kids that grew up in Douglas that really want to go off to college and make something out of themselves. It's kids that really want to get away from that type of environment. And it's parents like us that want to see our kids make it out the hood and do better than we did." Ashton was a 17-year-old graduate that graduated out of the 11th grade and chose to go to college. He didn't choose the streets. He wanted to take a different route. Ain't too many kids from Douglas graduating and going to college. So be supportive of the ones that do. Don't ruin their moment for y'all own selfish reasons. Ashton was celebrating his accomplishments and on his way to start his new journey until his party was ruined by a bunch of adults that ain't got nothing to lose and don't want nothing out of life. And all Shandrika was doing was being supportive big cousin, setting better examples for our youth, and she lost her life to gun crime. Ain't no way in hell my little cousin gotta still go off to college knowing what just happened at his trunk party.
We do have an update. 3 of those victims in the hospital have since been released. One more person remains in the hospital but is now in stable condition. State leaders came together this morning to talk about the violence in the Douglas community.
We are standing here today with heavy hearts at the celebration of promise and achievement turned into an unimaginably tragedy.
Now, if we go back and speak about Damien, one of the alleged suspects, you will see that he has been a menace to society for a very long time. He has an open case right now, and he has made the news at least 2 other times in the past decade. Back in August of 2016, Damon allegedly shot a young man while at school after a fight. At the time the incident went down, the news reported a 15-year-old has been charged with attempted first-degree murder after a 14-year-old was shot in the leg across the street from Craigmont High School. Memphis Police Department said the shooting happened around 4 p.m. on a Wednesday. That is after school let out, since school was closed and never went on lockdown. MPD said officers detained 1 person for questioning. Witnesses say they saw officers talking with multiple teens. Police said several teenagers were reportedly fighting when one of the teens got a gun and shot the 14-year-old. Damian Thomas, 15, faces several charges, including criminal attempted first-degree murder, possession of a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony, and 6 counts of reckless endangerment.
15-year-old has been charged with attempted first-degree murder. This happened overnight after a 14-year-old was shot in the leg across the street from Craigmont High School.
Kendall, as students head back to class here at Craigmont High School this morning, their classmate is recovering from a gunshot wound while another teen is charged with attempted first-degree murder. We have learned that student or that the shooting happened near the campus down the street, and it possibly was brought on by a fight here near the school. Again, take a look at video. Our camera was rolling when police put at least one of those teens in the back of a squad car. The shooting happened around 4 o'clock Wednesday after school let out. Police said several teens were reportedly fighting when one got a gun and shot the other. 15-year-old Damian Thomas has been charged and is facing criminal murder, possession of a firearm, the commission of a dangerous felony, and 6 counts of reckless endangerment. This morning, we do know that the 14-year-old that was shot was taken to Le Bonheur Children's Hospital. He is expected to be okay.
If that was not already a troubling situation, back in June of 2023, the news reported on 3 men who were arrested after pulling guns out on a police officer. According to what was reported, police said that 2 officers were canvassing the area of Sunset Street and Mount Olive Road on a Friday afternoon when a blue Mercedes with 4 men inside sped up, abruptly cut in front of them, and blocked the road. That's when police said 2 passengers allegedly pointed guns at the investigators out of the open window. The investigator saw one of the guns had a clear extended magazine and could see the ammunition. The investigators were able to get away from the Mercedes and call for backup. Officers found the Mercedes in a driveway a short time later.
Police say 3 men face aggravated assault charges after pulling guns on them for what they say was being in the wrong place at the wrong time. It happened Friday afternoon in the Douglas area as investigators were driving around looking for witnesses to a homicide near Sunset Street and Mount Olive Road. Investigators say they were cut off by a blue Mercedes with 4 men inside. One man sitting in the back seat aimed a gun at them, another taking aim from the roof. Investigators got away and called for backup. Just 20 minutes later, officers found the same blue Mercedes parked in a driveway on Orr Street. They quickly identified 20-year-old Jamonte Poindexter as one of the men who'd pointed a gun at them. 2 other men, 25-year-old Travis Borner and 22-year-old Damian Thomas, identified themselves to police. Borner told investigators that he, Thomas, Poindexter, and another who's not charged were riding around the Douglas area when they stopped at an intersection and let the windows down as they saw a vehicle they didn't recognize and were prepared to address what they perceived to be a threat.
So from those 2 situations alone, it is clear he is not worried about the justice system, because it looks as though he always is able to get back out into the free world. The 2 alleged suspects at their first court appearance on August the 11th, and Naskell's family members were trying to let the court know not only is he partially deaf, that he never pulled a trigger. However, the judge set no bond for both suspects.
Thomas's attorney says that his client has entered a not guilty plea.
The challenge in this case is we've got a lot of witnesses already contacting our office about the potential that our client's not a shooter in this case. So we're trying to get that information so we can get those statements, get those over to the DA's office. Didn't appear to be a concise set-out party like was described previously in the media. It pretty much ended up being a melee of a lot of ladies fighting in the middle of the street. And some shots were fired off by somebody. And we have people that we're gathering that have actually seen who fired shots.
She's deaf. She can't understand.
First, need a translator. He said he cannot hear. He needs his own translator. He cannot understand nor hear. She said it's the law.
Can you translate for him?
No, I cannot.
Commotion from the back of the courtroom echoed to the front when Naskiel Wilson stood in front of the judge. His family grew irritated as they told the court he's hard of hearing during his arraignment. He, along with his co-defendant, Damian Thomas, were arrested after a shooting at a college send-off that Dr. Shandrika Hayslett and injured at least 4 others Saturday night. Saturday's shooting was captured on video. Police say it happened after a fight broke out between 2 women. According to investigators, one of them left the party and returned 10 minutes later with 3 armed men who pointed their guns at the crowd. Today, the defendants were expressionless after the judge denied bond. Both men are expected to be back in court tomorrow morning.
Wilson and Thomas both have faced criminal charges before. Prior cases against Wilson were dismissed. Thomas currently faces an unrelated charge of theft of a firearm. Tonight, Memphis police are still searching for a 3rd suspect believed to be involved in that shooting.
One of Drika's loved ones said she had a bad feeling about that night, and she was right. Before y'all start these false narratives, there was no block party. This was my little cousin's trunk party. And y'all know Kinfolk Dre and them kick it down there damn near every Saturday, and ain't never been no type of bull-s going down there. Nothing but good vibes. Soon as unwanted guests pop up at a person's event, bad energy comes around, and that's when bullshit happens. That's why I stay my butt at home and out the way now. Something told me not to go to Douglas last night when they called me. I told my niece we were not going out there. She literally begged me to go out there to see what was going on. That's all I was going to see because they said stuff got hectic real quick. But I didn't really want to go. Right before I pulled up on Brookins, Black Cat ran in front of my car. My niece said, "Bone, that's bad luck." I said, "Yeah, I need to back up and turn around." But I didn't. I said, if I don't turn around, that means we're going right into some BS. Y'all, power is in the effing tongue. I promise I felt something was about to happen. Soon as I made it on Brookins, the fight was still breaking out. I hurried up and parked and got out to try to break stuff up. Then I hear my mama screaming my brother's name as she was walking towards my brother, and I stopped her because I already could see the young guys with their guns out. Yes, I saw all of y'all. I was pushing my mama back in the yard, and that's when the shots started. Y'all, as we were running, I felt it fly and hit me in my arm and my leg, and that's when I pushed my mama down. I tried to keep running, but I fell and dragged myself behind the tree until they stopped shooting. I came from behind the tree, and all I saw was bodies on the ground. My cousin Shandrika was just laying there, and my other cousin across the street was laid out, and some other girl was in the yard laid out. I'm literally trying to make sure that everybody else is straight, with my legs still burning. I'm going from body to body, but when I made it to my cousin Sandrika, saw somebody giving her CPR, I just watched my cousin's lifeless body just lay there while they were trying to revive her. Y'all so wrong for this stuff, and what y'all did, y'all really shot and unalived innocent people. Drika was truly winning in life and had a beautiful spirit, a wonderful husband, and a life that she always dreamed of. She had hopes and plans of starting a family, but now that is all shattered. I can only imagine the pain that her husband feels. They've been together going on 15 years, and for him to lose the love of his life in such a tragic way is devastating. And then to know that one of the alleged suspects has already shot someone before, has pulled a gun on a cop, and was out to be able to do this type of crime is very upsetting. My thoughts and prayers go out to everyone who had to experience this tragedy, and I pray for those who are still healing after being shot. This is a tragedy that should have never taken place, and a beautiful soul lost her life way too soon. She had so much to offer to the world, and now that is all gone. Please don't forget to let me know your thoughts. Do you think the justice system failed her, especially with Damien being out in the free world after the alleged crimes he has committed in the past? Also, please don't forget to comment your prayers for everyone involved. And hit that like button and share to make your people aware. And as always, remember to stay woke. Things change quickly.